All right. It's very embarrassing. So she can come on now and speak whatever she wants to speak. Nobody cares.
Elections that took place in Russia.
Interesting.
Okay?
Anybody else find that interesting? No.
Yeah,
Philip?
yes, I find that interesting. There are all sorts of reasons this is beneficial to Vladimir Putin, assuming that he had played the role that the intelligence agencies are saying beyond just getting back at Hillary. I think Julian Assange's role was probably very personal and directly to Hillary Clinton. I think that Putin's may have been a little broader than that.
Our colleagues Dan Merrick and Jeff Zeleny quoting a donor who was at this event tonight saying Clinton called this an attack on our democracy. I'm really curious to see how far President Obama goes at his press conference. He has his end of the year press conference, 2:15 tomorrow. He's going to get asked about this repeatedly. How far will he go? Will he go as far as Clinton has? And of course, how unsatisfying is all of this to Obama's supporters, to Clinton's voters who don't feel like anything can be done now anyway? There's all this buzz now. People wondering why are they only hearing about it now?
Yeah, and he's saying retaliation, but what does that mean? I mean, I've had a couple of Russian experts on who say, we're in uncharted territory, but that Russia may indeed read this, Philip Bump, as sort of, pointing towards war. Is that going too far, you think?
As you said, uncharted territory, right? I mean, this is a very particular type of action that is much easier to instantiate than some of your guests earlier pointing out. This is not missiles on the border. Missiles on the border is hard to do. This is relatively easy to do, and I think that makes it a different sort of thing, right? I mean, I think that both America and Russia understand that this is a different type of combat, and I'm not sure that it means
it's not visual. You don't see it. We don't know about it.
Right, and it's easy. It's not
actions against Iran. We didn't know about it for a long time afterward. I'm sure there are other cyber attack type things we'll never know about. So it's not visual. People don't see it happen.
But everybody engages in it. For us, I mean, for the viewers out there, we do this every day to our opponents as well. I mean, so we shouldn't be too surprised by it.
Let's talk about the business part of it now, because Monica Langley of the Wall Street Journal is reporting tonight that Trump will not divest from his businesses. She was on with you earlier. What does that mean for Trump's bottom line? And this is possibly why he postponed that press conference that was supposed to take place, his first in a number of months?
Well, a couple of things. One is oftentimes when you assume the office of the presidency, when you leave it, that's when you make all your money. We saw that happen with the Clintons, who have done very well in Bill Clinton's post-presidency. We saw that with George W. Bush. With Donald Trump, he's entered very wealthy, and very likely he is going to leave even wealthier, because the fact of the matter is he has so much business interest, not only throughout the world, but here in this country, that people are going to try to curry favor with him, and they'll do so by trying to favor his businesses.
An interesting topic that is being discussed a lot, even from the campaign manager in Trump Tower.
You leave that guy alone. Just leave the man alone. You already knew the guy had everything. Even the baby born today knew it. And the baby born yesterday knew it. And the baby that coming after today will know it. So you guys just forget that one. Move on. Y'all knew it. And y'all took him. Y'all accepted him. That one is not a big of an issue for us, and I would say that one is not a big of an issue for us, okay? The one we're worrying about is the one to get the country up and running. The one we're worrying about is to get the country from ground level up to the rooftop. The one we're worrying about is to getting all those gangsters and rippers and robbers and murderers out of the country. The ones we're worrying about is about cleaning up America and then trying to work on us, bring a lot of jobs, stop the killing, stop the crimes, make us to be happy, let the mothers be smiling again, single mothers be happy again, single fathers be happy again. Our children should get their minds back. Our children do not be disturbed. For our children to start acting mentally disturbed. For our children to start behaving mentally disturbed. For our children to be somebody. For our children to love themselves. For our children to have their self-esteem back. For the whole country and the whole nation to have common sense. And let the common sense come back. Wherever the common sense went, let the common sense come back. Let us be decent one more time. Let us act like decent, normal human beings. Let us love one another. Let us cherish one another. Let us be our brother's keeper. Let us be there for our neighbors. Let us not be afraid of strangers, but love strangers and welcome strangers and give strangers a helping hand. If we not doing nothing wrong, there will be no reason to be afraid of strangers. If we not evil to one another, we not wicked to one another, we not killing one another, we not harming one another, there will be no reason to be afraid of anybody or to be afraid of anybody or to be afraid of any strangers. But we have to start working on it. First, we have to do a whole rock of cleaning up. Rubbish got to be gone. The garbage got to be gone. The trash has to be taken out. A lot of work, man. We got to do. You guys forget all that nonsense.
That they're doing. I think they genuinely
The
want
book
to
is
raise
closed.
money
Next.
for charity. The issue here is that this is not business as usual, and they're operating as if it's business as usual. They're not business people anymore. It's the first family, and so you can't auction off your time as the first child. So you can't do that. You can't auction off access to the first family. And even though it may have been the best of intentions, this is just the start of many conflicts of interest to come.
I don't think any of us have $70,000 to spend right now, but we can all log on right now and try to bid for an interview with Ivanka Trump.
Well,
And
just
the
not
people who
for
are
an interview,
bidding-
just to sit down. And I guess if I won that, right? I guess it would be an interview, and
Please bring your tape
and
recorder,
she would have to go because I won. But that's the interesting thing when we talk about the conflict of interest, and Trump supporters say, "Oh my gosh, you're making a big deal out of nothing," or the surrogates come on and say, "Well, let's just see, we should trust them." This is why this is an issue, and this is the beginning of many, as Emily has said.
Oh my gosh, it's like a little snowball that's starting to roll down the hill that, by the time it gets to the bottom, it's going to flatten things. I mean, as far as the coffee goes, like, there would have to be some really good coffee to spend $70,000 to sit with anybody.
It is a good cause.
There's so many rules around it, too.
It's only $67,000 right now, so not quite 70.
Bargain.
If we all maybe chip in together.
No, but this is the reason that there's protocol in place.
Right.
Right.
But there isn't.
You guys will not put that Hillary Clinton there so I can listen to what she's saying, so I can go take a shower and go to bed. Y'all said Hillary was coming to speak to Latin or whatever her name, Valentin Putin, or speak to the president of Russia or the governor of Russia or whoever he is of Russia. You guys said she stood up and she ready to speak to Putin. That's what I was waiting for before I go to take a shower and go to bed. Okay? Because I don't know what she gonna say to Putin that she thinks gonna make anything different. Ain't gonna change nothing, baby girl. Sugar lump ain't gonna change nothing. Honey pie ain't gonna stop nothing. So if I was you, I would just keep on walking. Keep on trucking. Okay? If I was you, I would definitely keep on walking. I would keep on trucking because it ain't gonna make no difference.
Getting in his ear and making the decision. But yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, if you want to talk about the weirdness of the Donald Trump walking into the presidency, this is a great example. It's just like, what is this? What's happening?
All right, stick around, everyone. When we come right back, another Trump Twitter tirade. This time, the president-elect taking aim at a bad review of a Trump Tower restaurant.
See me.
See me.
Don't stare at me.
See me.
See me.
See me to know that psoriasis is just something that I have.
I'm not contagious.
See me to know that I won't stop until I find what works.
Discover Cosentyx, a different kind of medicine for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, proven to help the majority of people find clear or almost clear skin. 8 out of 10 people saw 75% skin clearance at 3 months, while the majority saw 90% clearance. Do not use if you are allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, you should be tested for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or
You
symptoms
guys
such
can
as fever,
always be
sweats,
making new
chills, muscle
things
aches, or
all the freaking time. It's about freaking money
Just went
business.
from crazy to
That's all. That's freaking money business, that's
At
all.
Peoples, we believe the world needs more love that lasts. That's a diamond kind of love.
There
It's
we
why
go.
every diamond from our Arctic Brilliance Canadian
The world
Diamonds
really
collection
need
is
a
set to
more
capture a
love.
stunning brilliance that lasts a
Lots of
lifetime.
love.
Peoples, Canada's #1 diamond store.
Deliciously easy Pillsbury crescents. Let the making begin. Get to the fun faster with Pillsbury sugar cookies.
Investigations say it's too early to reach any conclusions. Donald Trump's dismissing conclusions and reported evidence that Moscow tried to swing the U.S. election in his favor. Today, he tweeted this: if Russia or some other entity was hacking, why did the White House take so long to act? And why did they only complain after Hillary lost? According to NBC, Washington didn't take action because it didn't want to interfere in the presidential race, and also because the Obama administration thought that Hillary Clinton would win. NBC has also reported that Russian President Vladimir Putin had a direct hand in the hack, an accusation his spokesperson called laughable nonsense.
There we go.
Coming up in 2 minutes, the potential perils of getting into Canada's real estate boom.
It's really laughable nonsense. It is really laughable nonsense. Jesus Christ. They ain't gonna move on. The lady, that's the whole thing that upset me. The lady, Hillary Clinton, who said whoever should just take the result and be happy and move on. And then it been, oh Lord, help me Jesus. It been a long time since the election is gone. We almost going to 2017. This lady had never accepted the result, and she's not happy, and she refused to move on. That's why they can say, be careful with what you wish for. They always say, be careful with what you wish for. Okay? Don't say something,
Chest pain,
then next
sweating,
minute you want to change it
nausea.
around.
We called 911 and
But
he
you got
chewed
time
2
for that.
aspirin 81.
If you think you're having a heart attack, call 911, then chew 2 aspirin 81
Nobody
milligram.
don't have time for that. Say something you're not sure about. You say one thing and you're doing another thing. It's more than a laughable. That is more than a laughable nonsense, laughable nonsense. That really is something to make people laugh.
It was a great day for Vanity Fair. In fact, traffic was through the roof. Subscriptions were way up. So thank you for this wonderful day.
And I can confirm that as a media reporter, Vanity Fair is not dying. You know, Trump has been saying this for years because back in the 1980s, Graydon Carter insulted him, calling him a short-fingered vulgarian and many other insults. You know, they've been going back and forth for a long time. 2012, Trump said the Vanity Fair magazine was about to fold and that it was all Graydon Carter's fault. Maybe in 10 or 20 years, sorry, Emily, maybe someday it'll be true. I highly doubt it.
I don't believe it.
And when it happens, Trump will take credit for it. But no, you know, this is wishful thinking by Trump. And I think what's notable about it, why it matters, is that he's impulsive and combative, that he reacts to whatever perceived slight it is that day. Maybe it was this restaurant review of Trump Grill.
Yeah, but is it the worst thing that you can do if, you know, because every time he tweets, like, the media reports on it, and I guess that's us included. But wouldn't the worst thing to do is to ignore his tweets or just realize that maybe sometimes he's just blowing off steam and he doesn't really
President's
mean it?
words can cause wars and can cause, can force markets to go up and down. I mean, Emily here's talking
He's
about...
not writing about the market, though. He's writing about Vanity Fair and a grudge that he
Well,
has.
apparently they had a good financial day today. So his words...
Private company, but
Well, think about what he said about the Air Force One.
Well, Boeing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think Boeing was like, wow, I'm glad they did that? No.
Yeah. Well,
I just think
I don't mean every single thing, but there are some things you just look at it and say, this is, I mean, I don't mean to disrespect the president-elect, but this is so ridiculous. Why would you even focus?
At some point, I think that the media in America is going to tire of Donald
Someone
Trump.
asked me the other day, and I forget
That's what I keep
the
saying.
news organization.
I've
Donald
been
Trump
saying all
criticized
these
CNN
things
today.
long time ago. They're all common sense. Either you guys ignore what Donald Trump is saying, or Donald Trump just ignore what everybody's saying and just play blind eyes and deaf ears. Somebody have to be the bigger person for real. Let me be serious here. Somebody have to be the bigger person. Somebody have to play the deaf ears and the blind eyes. If Donald Trump don't want to play it, you guys just play it. But my best thing to you guys, it's not everything Donald Trump put on the internet or on Twitter or on Instagram. You guys should be right on it. No, don't be on it like that. Then you guys giving Donald Trump more attention. Just like the same thing I would tell President to be Donald Trump. If everything he gonna answer to it, then he giving the other people more attention and they're gonna behave more like babies or more like kids. Some things just ignore it. Act like you don't see it. I gave these advices, and my family gave me these advices too, and my sister gave me these advices too, and my parents did before. It's not like I'm saying it so it's easy to do. I know it ain't easy to do. Sometimes I answer stuff and I realize that I shouldn't have answered. So that's what I'm saying, these things. Some things just let it go. Because when you answer, sometimes the more you answer, the more they keep replying, the more they keep responding, the more they keep sending more, the more they keep acting stupid, the more they keep acting crazy, the more they don't want to know, the more they don't care, the more and more and more. So some days, just ignore them. Finish with that, simple as that. Let it go. Don't even care. Sometimes.
You know, having the right press secretary is so important. Because he is so bad, the way he delivers a message. He can deliver a positive message, and it sounds bad. He could say, ladies and gentlemen, today we have totally defeated ISIS, and it wouldn't sound good, okay? All right? I have a feeling they won't be saying it, but I know we will be saying it.
Donald Trump was on it again. He was all Obama kids. Now this guy. No! Donald J.
But the
Trump.
president's very positive, but he's not positive.
Donald J. Trump. You better leave the guy alone. You better leave Donald J. Trump alone. Donald J. Trump will be acting just like former President Ronald Reagan. You guys just gotta be the bigger person. Like I said, somebody have to be the bigger person for real. Somebody have to.
Maybe he's doing that, or maybe he's just attacking Josh Earnest, who by and large has been considered a pretty good, stable spokesperson for the free world.
Yeah, you spoke to him yesterday, didn't you?
And I had to wait 2 hours to talk to him. He was in the Oval with the president. So to Trump's point about, is he talking to the president, reflecting the president's view? The answer is yes. And that Ernest's main point for the next press secretary was, you've got to know where the president's head is at. You've got to be able to reflect where the president's head is at and where the president is thinking. That is what Josh Earnest does, and it's what Sean Spicer, whoever the next press secretary is, will do. But Trump is more challenging. He's the say-anything president. That's what his fans love about him. But it's what makes it so difficult to understand some of what we hear at these events, at these rallies, and if he does more interviews at his interviews.
You've seen some of the folks who have reported or rumored to be in contention as press secretary, and there's also some concern that there may not be, daily press briefings. What is this new relationship, do we even know at this point, going to look like between the press and this incoming administration?
It will be much more contentious than what we've seen with President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama. There's a bipartisan consensus for basics like holding press conferences and having press availabilities. That consensus is not something that Donald Trump has subscribed to during the campaign. So there's no reason to believe he would now. Quick example. George W. Bush had more than 200 press availabilities during his 8 years. Barack Obama also had about 220 press availabilities during his 8 years. Either press conferences or times where we could yell questions at him. That's pretty much the same whether it was Bush or Obama. Will we have the same kind of total with Trump? That's doubtful. In that time, that's doubtful. But he will, of course, President Obama having his final press conference tomorrow. So that'll be an interesting moment to see what messages he wants to relay to Trump.
Philip?
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, and it's going to be interesting to see Obama tomorrow as well, because these end-of-year press conferences have become sort of a tradition where he just stands there for a long time and takes a lot of questions on a broad range of things. And this is a totally different environment. It's a totally different political space for him. But I think it's absolutely the case. Donald Trump hasn't had a press conference in 140 days. Literally, the last time he had a press conference was before the Democrats held their convention. So we haven't had an opportunity for multiple people to throw questions at him. You know, we've had presidents in the past who haven't taken a lot of press conferences. Ronald Reagan didn't take a lot while he was president of the United States. I think that's the path that Trump's going to go on.
There we go.
Point, it's not clear.
My people, you guys better come and hire me. I just said that. I said Donald Trump would be just like former President Ronald Reagan. The people don't have time for all of that rigmarole. All of that rigmarole. You guys can start ranking it. Okay? Enough is enough. Bigger and better things to look after. You can stop ranking the belt, or stop ranking the belt. Move on. Keep it moving. That's all we want. Keep it moving. Because if you guys don't keep it moving, Donald Trump will keep it coming. So you guys better keep it moving. President Reagan kept it coming as you guys were sending your punches. He was sending it right back to you. So nobody got time for this. Y'all better be the bigger person. Somebody got to be the bigger person. Because if you don't want to be the bigger person, if y'all send your punch, y'all just get ready to be able to block whatever gonna come your way, because Donald Trump will send his punch right back. Okay? Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys said Hillary Clinton was coming up here to talk to Putin. I have not seen a Hillary Clinton up here yet. Okay?
What happens when Trump moves into the White House?
Credit Karma? Why are you checking your credit score?
You don't want to drive old blue forever, do you?
I ain't seen no Hillary Clinton yet, so I guess
Were arrested.
I better go take a
A
shower and
runaway
go to
dog near
bed.
Kelowna, BC has two new best friends to cozy up to after the men rescued her from a frigid lake after she slipped through some thin ice. The first desperate attempt to reach Aspen the Border Collie was sheer instinct from Dylan Kokit. Grab a barbell weight, smash through the ice, get to the dog. But a neighbor had a better idea. Why not paddle out in a canoe instead? The two eventually grabbed Aspen, who was on the verge of exhaustion, and brought her to shore safely. She's now reunited with her very fat.
Hey, I bought M&Ms at the vending machine and 2 bags came out.
I bought the first one. It didn't fall.
Here.
She's here. The baby's here. Congratulations.
How's Bernadette?
Tired, but great. They're both great.
Does the baby have a name yet?
We have named her Hallie.
Like Halley's Comet.
Exactly. Also, like the comment, Bernadette said she's not going to have sex with me for another 75 years.
That's not a real thing. He's just joking.
I'm going to get back. Thank you for staying up. I can't wait for Hallie to meet her new aunts and uncles and godfather. Really? Of course. You hear that, Stuart? I've got a dog and a godchild. You have nothing.
Oh, look at all the babies.
Some will be successful. Some may be homeless.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But that's the truth.
It's fun to think about.
That is reality.
I wonder which one's Hallie. Kind of hard to see the names.
That one kind of looks like Bernadette.
They all look the same to me. Guys, she's my goddaughter. I think I'll know when I see her. That one.
I have to find her. Charlie.
Saving Hope, the final season coming soon.
IKEA.
And slots, including Mega Moolah, Thunderstruck, and Avalon. Plus 24/7 VIP treatment is just one click away with Spin Palace Casino. For your premium online casino experience, register today at spinpalace.net.
Salonpas salutes you. Your hard work inspired us to make the Salonpas 12-hour patch. These Salonpas patches have 2 effective medicines and comfortably stay in place to fight pain all day long. Salonpas, for effective relief.
Wash with Downy Fabric Conditioner. It not only softens and freshens, it helps protect clothes from stretching, fading, and fuzz. So your face.
Oh, the smokes. Grandma was getting down with it. Uh-oh. That is supposed to be for sale. People were just putting it in their purse. Oh, well, I guess Hillary Clinton wasn't coming anymore to talk to
Richard, I want to get your take
Putin.
on this because yesterday we saw Ivanka, Donald Jr., and Eric seated at the table for Trump's meeting with tech executives, and some questions began to emerge about conflicts of interest. What do you make of this?
Well, it's a concern, although I'm a lot more worried about having the KGB running around the West Wing than the Trump
Ain't no concern.
from some of
He's
the news
trying
I've
to
seen in the
teach
past
you
couple of days.
about
I'm very
love.
worried about the influence of foreign governments on our president. But he should also...
Ain't no concern. The man trying to teach you about family love, about love, period. You guys should learn how to love everybody, how to love yourself first, and then how to love your family. Because a lot of kids over there don't have no family figure, don't have no family anything, don't have no family relation or relationship in their life, or never even had one in their lifetime. So it's about time for America to keep their eyes open and learn instead of looking for the wrong thing or pointing out the wrong thing and looking for something to always complain about or to always have something to say about it. No, this is a message for some of us that can see beyond. To some of us, it is a message that the man is trying to teach the nation. He loves his family. Plain, blank, and simple. Case closed. Next. Okay, you guys were bringing Hillary. That's all I wanted to see before I go and take a shower or a bath and go to bed. I ain't see no Hillary who have groomed some guts. Now she got guts that she wants to come and talk to Putin. So I wanted to see what the Madam Hillary had to say to Putin. Okay? All right.
Maybe you
That's
can't
all we
solve
gotta
them all
say.
by January 20, but if those foreign government payments are not out of there by January 20, he's in violation of the Constitution. And I have said that he needs to assure the electors before they meet that he is going to do that by January 20, because I can't see how they can vote for him if he's not going to take office in accordance with the Constitution.
Interesting. Carl?
Well, that's the next question.
Y'all
whether
voted
he's
for him
putting this
already.
off to get
So
past the
please
meeting of the Electoral College.
retract your English, boy. Retract your English. I can't see how would they vote for him if he's not gonna take you like to the election, to the Constitution, whatever. Retract your English. You're already voted for this man from the beginning. After the voting, then you allowed him to run for 18 months. You knew about Donald Trump. Some are getting headache from this thing. You knew about the man called Donald J. Trump. You knew about Bill Gates. You knew about Oprah Winfrey. Just like how everybody all across the nation, even in Africa, know about Michael Jackson. So you guys, I think because you're getting paid for these things, so you'll have all the time and all the energy to be talking about the same thing over and over. Mr. Common Sense, where are you? Hello, Mr. Common Sense. Can you come over here, please? Mr. Common Sense, I need your help. Come on, Mr. Common Sense. Are you coming? Okay, Mr. Common Sense, don't worry about it. I got it all fixed. Don't worry about it, Mr. Common Sense. We want to see Hillary, Mr. Common Sense. Don't worry. It's okay.
Complex. What it actually
Don't worry,
isn't.
Mr. Common Sense.
I mean, do you think it's that easy?
He's making it complicated. We have just heard, as eloquently as can be stated by my co-guest here, what needs to be done. It's simple, it's clean, and he is unwilling thus far to do the simple, clean, appropriate, constitutional, and right thing, and he's undermining his own presidency even before he takes office.
Richard, Carl, thank you.
Thank you.
Let me come right back. Are Democrats now acting like the GOP? Are they out of touch with average Americans?
At Planners, we know how to throw a remarkable holiday party. Just serve classy snacks and be a gracious host, no matter who shows up.
Do you like nuts? QuickBooks introduces Jeanette and her new business, I Do To Go. Jeanette was excellent at marrying people, but had trouble getting paid. Not a good time, Jeanette. Even worse. Now I'm uncomfortable. But here's the good news. Jeanette got QuickBooks. Send that invoice, Jeanette. Looks like they viewed it. And ta-da! Paid twice as fast. Ah, she's an efficient. Way to grow, Jeanette. Get paid twice as fast. Visit QuickBooks.com.
How else do you think he gets around so fast? Take the reins this holiday season and get the Mercedes-Benz you've always wanted during the winter event. Now lease the 2017 GLE 350 for $579 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
When a moment turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask.
This holiday, get an amazing deal on America's most awarded brand during the Ford year-end event. Ford, the brand with the most 5-star ratings, the highest owner loyalty, and award-winning value from Kelley Blue Book. Giving drivers what matters most. That's how you become America's best-selling brand. Shop now during the Ford year-end event. Get $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models on top of all other great offers. See your local...
So
you've kind of told us off camera that it's traumatic in the sense you don't want to go back there.
Well, for me, I've had enough seeing stuff like that.
At a news conference, Chief Randall Phillips echoed the loss, saying there have been far too many tragedies in recent years. This adds to a mountain of grief.
Devastated.
heartbroken, in pain, looking for solace, looking for answers.
At the scene, the difficult task of recovery of the victims continues. This afternoon, 2 of the dead were found.
We got an adult and a child.
At this point, there is no official cause for the blaze, which ripped through the older 2-story home. The chief says weather
I ain't
conditions
lying to
hampered efforts
nobody.
to immediately fight it.
I swear, that's what I keep talking a lot. I am not lying. This 2016, it been a year of many trouble. Why people think I'm making videos a lot now every day? And because I just want to make them or because I'm crazy? No. 2016 been a year of many trouble. We know it was lots of trouble already. But you would think sometimes as the year go by, it's gonna get better and get better and get more better. But it seems like it keep getting worse and getting worse and getting more worse. That's why some of us talking. Okay? Things changing every day. And things are already changed a lot, but it's just changing so fast every single day. And it's sad. It's too sad. It's things that are beyond our control. What can we do? Some things we can't even do nothing about it. We just have to call upon the Lord and say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Have mercy, forgive us, and help us. That's all we can do. What else?
Plus, keep it casual with
Oh,
designer
there's
jeans for
smoke.
just $69.99. Happy holidays from Moores.
Yeah.
We're all looking for something.
Those hacks did impact that narrative in a way that I think impacted the ultimate election results. That's problematic. And there are a lot of people that have said, well, President Obama himself sort of dismissed the Russian incursion into the United States, whether it's through the cyber attacks or otherwise. In 2012, when he was debating Mitt Romney, that may have been true. But today we see that they have been directly involved, and I mean we need to take action.
Matt, does the president have a point that now all of a sudden, Republicans are embracing Russia?
Yeah, he does, absolutely. I saw this starting about 3 or 4 years ago. I was at a conservative dinner, and somebody started talking about how great Vladimir Putin is. He's pro-life, and he's being hard on the gays. And it's a weird thing. Pat Buchanan, about 6 months later, wrote a piece asking, is Putin one of us? Meaning, is Putin a conservative? I think Peter Beinart really nailed it at The Atlantic when he said, the paradigm used to be America, the force of freedom versus the forces of tyranny. Today, there's a different paradigm, and it's Western civilization versus ISIS and radical Islam. And if you buy that latter paradigm, that's the defining issue of our time, then allying yourself with Vladimir Putin is about the same as joining forces with Joseph Stalin to defeat Nazism.
Andy Dean, you seem perplexed by that. Why?
I'm perplexed by about everything I just heard, but I do buy into this idea that radical Islam is our biggest foe. If we look at the terror attacks over the past 15 years, reality makes us have to believe that. And also, Don, I'm just confused by this whole, maybe I'm not getting this Russian hacker thing that the media is obsessed with 24/7. If you ask WikiLeaks and Julian Assange where they got their info from, which he was on a radio program, he was on Hannity's program today. Julian Assange said he got the WikiLeaks and John Podesta
maybe I'm just like getting this thing that the media all obsessed about 24/7. That's the right thing, buddy. That's the right question or statement you made. They just so obsessed or so pressed and so angry and so excited about this thing. And the other one, they're so excited and so oppressed and so anxious and so excited about is Donald Trump to leave all his businesses and to put all his businesses aside and to do this and to forget about his children. They shouldn't be in a meeting with him. They shouldn't be around. Those are nonsense, if you ask me. Because you guys knew the guy has so many stuff in America, in Canada, and across the nation. You already knew it. And from the time the campaign started, you guys knew this man should have been right behind him, side by side. So what make you think now, because he's president, he will not let his kids be right close to him, side by side? God, somebody bumped their head somewhere. Haha. Somebody had hit their head with a hammer somewhere. Somebody off the hook. Somebody off the hook, man. I can tell you guys just off the chain. Somebody off the edge. Someone is off the cliff, man. Because you guys cannot be for real. Trust me.
But this is another example. Barack Obama, why did he allow this to happen? And now that he is basically threatening, we're going to eventually, someday, we're going to get revenge on Russia for doing this. You know, what's that, like a red line being drawn? I mean, I would like to see, I think he has invited some of this by his weakness.
Oh no, but then you know, if you're a Reagan guy, do you think Reagan would actually stand up and let Russia and stand by while Russia actually has this kind of leverage in our political system? I would imagine that Reagan would turn around and say, no, we're not going to stand up to this.
That's my point.
Reagan was fighting
This wouldn't have happened to
communism.
Reagan.
We need to pass out history books to CNN analysts. It was a different time. We were fighting the evil empire.
Do not
to tear
take
down that
no
wall.
mess.
I'm just very confused.
But President to be Donald Trump is not the president. So if Obama sat there all that time ain't do nothing, when it's just few weeks left for him to go, then he want to say something. Look, buddy, we sick and tired of this, okay? We're not politicians. We ain't going to keep poking our nose in your business. But this business here concern every one of us now. Because he was the president. He sat down. He allowed the people to protest, destroy things, damage things, hurt one another. He didn't stop it. He didn't say nothing. He allowed Jill and everybody to come tumbling around and doing recounts. He never stopped it. He never said nothing. Now, after a few weeks, he wants to say something about Russia. No way. It couldn't have been President Reagan. No way. President Reagan was going to tell everybody that if they don't stop it, he will make sure they pay some kind of consequences. Yes, President Reagan was going to say that. Whether that Jill or Hillary or Obama or Peter or Paul, President Reagan was going to say stop it and stop it now and enough is enough, or else somebody would pay some kind of consequences. President Reagan was not a weak man. And he wasn't a man that was afraid to speak. He spoke when it's time to be spoken to. He was never afraid to speak his mind. He spoke when it was time to speak. Okay? So President Obama just doing all this big bluff right now for no reason. And Donald Trump should not get involved in it. Because everything happened during President Obama's time, and President Obama didn't do nothing about it. Donald Trump don't have no business doing anything about any one of those things either. If he president and people who against him still misbehaving, still acting crazy, then he should make them pay some kind of consequences. If the people against him, if they hate him, they don't want to see him, and they don't like him, and they're misbehaving, people like example, jail, Hillary Clinton, whatever, if they're doing crazy stuff, let them pay some kind of consequences. And that's it. Nobody got time for this. President Reagan won't take that. No way. President Reagan will not take that. Not today, not tomorrow, not any day. No way. Not President Reagan. No way. That man will not take it. He will make sure he tell them straight up, stop it. And stop it now. Because if y'all don't stop it, y'all will get some kind of consequences. And that's how he rolled. Okay? That was how he rolled. Okay? And that was what she wrote. Alright? And case closed. So President Obama, he's just going around making some big show right now. Sorry to say, President Obama, we're not disrespecting you, but we have to participate into these things. Everybody have to take part in it. Everybody have to play some part in it, because we want some of these things or all of these things to stop and for it to come to an end. President Obama, please, we really want it to come to an end. So that's why some of us talking. All right? No hard feelings. The devil know you. Jesus Christ, have mercy. The devil know the people. Then the devil know his people, huh?
Cries for help went unanswered.
He got me to the ground, and he was sitting on me and pinned my arms and was pouring the ether on my face.
Oh, Jesus.
I realized that he's trying to murder me.
And just as Barbara was losing the strength to fight any longer, the survivor within her found the one way.
Oh my God, Jesus. The devil know his people, huh?
Put his arm around me, and the other hand, he had an ether soaked wash rag, and he put it over my mouth and started battling for my life.
Lord have mercy.